Project Revelation, the long deception. For 50 years, they had prepared in the shadows of Langley, the Pentagon, and the black budget vaults beneath Groom Lake. DARPA didn't birth the plan alone. It inherited it from the old War Department men who had stared into the Roswell wreckage in 1947 and seen not visitors from the stars, but a mirror they could weaponize. Colonel Elias Voss had been recruited in 1976, fresh out of MIT, when the files were still ink and microfiche. "We don't need to fake the aliens," his handler had told him in a smoke-filled room beneath the Pentagon. "We need to own the story when the public finally demands it." The strategy was elegant in its cruelty. Let the sightings accumulate, leak just enough to breed obsession, then decades later release the truth in controlled drips. The 2020s would be the harvest. By 2025, the stage was set. Decades of carefully cultivated leaks, Hollywood conditioning, and social media echo chambers had done their work. Humanity was primed. When the Pentagon, under quiet DARPA direction, began declassifying the UFO files in Wave's first grainy Navy pilot videos, then cockpit audio admitting non-human biologics. Finally, the 2026 motherlode, the world did not panic. It rejoiced. The files were masterful. They showed recovered craft with impossible physics. They hinted at recovered entities that communicated through mathematics and light. But the real payload was buried in the final tranche, released on a quiet Tuesday in May 2026. The Revelation, a single document, purportedly recovered from a 1949 crash and translated over decades, spoke not of distant Zeta Reticuli travelers, but of something far older. The beings called themselves the Elohim, a term any biblical scholar would recognize. They had seeded humanity. They had guided the prophets. Every major religion, the files claimed, was a fragmented memory of their interventions. Jesus, Muhammad, the Buddha, avatars or contactees, the miracles, advanced technology indistinguishable from divinity, the chosen people. Genetic lines the Elohim had marked for stewardship. The world reeled, then reshaped itself. Televangelists wept on air, proclaiming the second coming had always been extraterrestrial. Imams and rabbis issued cautious but ultimately affirmative statements. The scriptures had simply lacked the scientific vocabulary. New Age channels exploded with validation. Atheists, faced with hard evidence, converted in droves. Within weeks, a global movement coalesced, the Children of the Light. DARPA had anticipated every vector. They had spent 50 years modeling social contagion, mimetic warfare, and mass religious conversion, using classified successors to MKUltra and Project Camelot. AI-driven simulations, run on quantum arrays whose existence was still denied, had predicted the exact pathways: first awe, then unification, then submission. The Elohim demanded harmony. Harmony required authority. Authority required structure.